Minister, will the federal government at some stage consider intervening in the state process here in regard to the pumping of contaminated mine water into our river system? In the last 2 years, we've had 37 non-compliant mine water releases, and the fines are minimal, and the state just seems to be giving the go-ahead, and the offenders are repeat offenders. The same companies are doing the same things year after year, so they're virtually doing what they want, how they want, when they want, and it's into our drinking water. Are the federal government going to look at intervening at some stage?
Well, Bruce, if you could get me a letter to my Parliament House office with some of the detail, I will guarantee that I will examine it as a matter of priority.
Right, we'll make sure that Bruce does that. We've got it's an interesting topic and one I'm going to raise on the program in the next week or so as well, so we may have you back on that to talk about it.
Sure.
I find it interesting that Bruce asks that. The reason I wanted to know about it was because I think part of this this approval process up north is that the state government will take over many of what would have previously been the federal government roles.
That is true. We are moving around the country to a one-stop shop approach. That's the same standards and indeed the federal standards. So what we're actually doing is lifting the environmental standards around the country,
yep,
but doing what New Zealand does, which is have a single one-stop shop approach. For example, each of the Gladstone and Abbott Point decisions has taken 5 years.
Yeah.
That sort of time frame was a very big contributor to the failure of the Olympic Dam process. What we can do is achieve the same standards, but aim to do it within a 9 to 12 month period for Australia. We were recently ranked 128th out of 148 countries by the World Economic Forum in terms of government regulatory burden. So we have countries like Zimbabwe, Moldova, Burkina Faso, we have Libya and even the Islamic Republic of Iran,
yep,
which are considered more friendly, less burdensome in relation to how government approaches investment in projects, which is a huge competitive disadvantage for Australia.
Yeah.
And when you have these enormous regulatory burdens, we say, well, can we be a smarter country, get things done with the same standards or better standards, but in a faster way?